Hello, welcome to Channel Messages with Sandra. Today is Zodiacs again. So here's the story. You take what resonates, you move along if it doesn't, but hold on to them. Frequently, I tell people all the time, frequently it comes up. I just got a phone call at 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 a.m. I didn't hear the phone, so I didn't get the message until I got up later. But it was 5 years ago that I gave them a reading, and everything's just fitting together now. Or not everything, obviously, if they're in front of me, they're able to, or even on phone, able to validate a lot. And then some things are for the future. This is 5 years, although I'm up to 8. No, sometimes you're the medium and the channeler, and you need to deliver a message to someone else. We always do it with kindness and compassion and love, patience. We do the best we can. I think that's all. All right, so I'm working with 3 decks today. Regular Rider-Waite. This will be the 3rd. Oh, I'm gonna have to sneeze. No? Okay. Maybe in another minute. The Energy deck. And this one is, I forget the name of this. This is the Dream Dust Shamanic Tarot. Very abstract. Very abstract. I like it though. I like these different types. Okay, so we're going to do one card per group, and it will be paired with most, if not all, of the signs that come up. Okay, we're going to do it from the Shamanic. Oh, okay, so you get the 8 of C, which would be the 8 of Cups. Leaving, transition, letting go of material things in pursuit of deeper satisfaction. Beginning of a spiritual journey. Yeah. I like that. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think I need to go in deeper. All right, thank you. So we're going to start with Leo. Leo, if you'd like, listen to the group card. Not too much. I just read it. I'm using the Shamanic deck. So let's pick from the Rider-Waite first. Okay, so you got the Hangman. Would you say that you, maybe somebody close to you, but definitely you, have reached your limit with waiting? I'm not waiting anymore for them to ask me to marry them. I'm not waiting anymore for them to move in, for me to move in. I'm not waiting for them to make a commitment. I'm not going to wait for that job that I sent in my resume 5 times and called and did follow-ups and did what I had to do. Nine of Wind, which is 9 of Swords. Anxiety, despair, fear. Your mind is working overtime, creating horrific nightmares, self-doubt and depression, dancing with chaos in the dark. That's actually beautiful colors, though. It's an abstract deck. Sometimes we have a fear from moving from this, even if it's uncomfortable. I'm not moving. I'm not going. I will not. This is an encouragement to come down from either your high horse, cut yourself down from that, whatever you're tied to. Talk yourself from the edge. Anxiety, despair, fear. Your mind is working overtime. Dancing with chaos in the dark. Don't do that anymore. Don't free yourself. Leos, this reading today is to free yourself. Thank you, Leo. Moving on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo, if you want, you could go listen to the the group card, but I'm just going to tell everyone. I don't want to read it each time. 8 of C, 8 of Cups. So you can, but it's in the shamanic, so it has a different definition. Go listen. Oh, 2 of Wands. Well, because it's tied with the 8 of C. Leaving, transition, letting go of material things. You don't have to listen, I'll read it. Material things in pursuit of deeper satisfaction. Beginning of a spiritual journey. What's he doing? Make sure you plan. We'd like to be spontaneous. We could be spontaneous. There's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but at least we try. At least we go for it. We don't have to be boring all the time. I can be bored. This is planning for that spiritual journey. So I'll be surprised if some of you Virgos are not having, and plus we're going to be entering your season, you know, next month. As they say, a bump up in intuition, having something strengthened between the dark and the light, something coalescing, something coming together, commingling, something, but for the greater good. This is just a reminder, how do you want it? That's the future's in your hands. The whole world is in your hands. The world is your oyster. Let go of the material things in pursuit of deeper satisfaction. Do most of us need money to pay the rent, the mortgage, lighting bill, phone bill, gas? Yes. When they say let go of material, it's like, don't be so focused on it. Be focused on, where do I want to be in 5 years? How do I want the world to be in 5 years? What's going to happen in 5 years? Perhaps even 3. We plan for that, for those occasions. Thank you, Virgo. Moving on to Libra. Libra, you got the 4 of Wands. I'll show you in 1 second. They want me to, I don't know why. They have me do crazy things sometimes, but they said shuffle. The next card that will be picked will be for Scorpio. So if you want to pay attention to that, that might be for you too, as well. This is, oh my God, thank God I have peace. Even if it's for 1 second, 1 minute, 1 moment, 1 hour, not about the whole day, but maybe. This feels like shading. Now, not shade as in, you know, shade. But this feels like shading as in healing. That's what it feels like. It feels like healing for Libras. Then you have the 10 of Fire, which is the 10 of Wands. Oh, you got 2 Wands. Hard work, stress, time to lighten your load, let go of your burdens, give them up to Spirit. Achievement is likely if you persevere. But we know that it's likely, because that's what this is. The shade is to shade you from harm, from harshness, from, oh, no, that's itchy. That usually means spirit for me. Only when I'm on camera. Not anywhere else. That's the funniest thing. So, it tells us, because that's what it says, Spirit is here for you. And Spirit in whatever way. Divine, ancestors, guardian angels. It's going to come together. It feels like something's coming together for you right now. So yay, congratulations. That was Libra. Thank you, Libra. They're short readings. If ever anyone wants extended ones, contact me. Either from this or a brand new one. Ace of Swords. Oh, Scorpio, this is you won. What did you win, though? What did you win? This feels like a hard win, and it... Oh, okay. Some wins people get because they deserve them. Some wins people just get by default. Some wins people steal. Let's get a clarifier. The Sea Goddess. A compassionate and highly intuitive nurturer, an empath, a visionary, a force of nature, maintaining healthy boundaries with others. The group card was Eight of Seas, Eight of Cups. Leaving, transition, letting go of the material things in pursuit of a deeper satisfaction, beginning of a spiritual journey. Something's going on here. A compassionate and highly intuitive nurturer, an empath, a visionary, a force of nature, maintaining healthy boundaries and with others. Ace of Swords. This feels like your partner. A partner who, and it's equal, and it's as above, so below. Water, air. Swords I see as fire too sometimes, because you have to, swords, they have to be forged in fire. I'm telling you, anyone else reading this would say, oh, what balance this is, what nice things, new beginnings. So if you're having a relationship, you can start from scratch. Do it one more time. Sometimes in relationships, we do it 20, 30, 40, 50 times. And depending upon how long you're together, if you only have a relationship for 3 months, 6 months, or a year, 2 years, and you're doing that repeatedly, I'm not telling you what to do. You got to review that. It shouldn't be that way. At minimum, first 7 months should be like sort of like a honeymoon stage. Minimum 7 months. For women, a little longer. Men, maybe a little less. If you're in a long-term relationship, this is finding balance, but only because you've accepted their softness and they've accepted your hardness. Doesn't mean, see, even how the cards separate, doesn't mean that you agree on everything, and most people don't. All right, so let's get a clarifier with the energy. What's the energy with this reading? Oh, this is one of those readings where I wish I had a half hour. This is strategy. And what is the source? Because it's intellect. The strategy is taking you places where in part you expect to go, in part you want to go, but also taking you on a journey that it was like, there's no way in hell you thought you'd be on. And even if you contemplated being on this journey, the strategy is still getting you there. I'm not feeling bad luck. I'm not feeling anything in the negative. It just feels harsh. If that's you, that's fine. If it's someone around you, okay. Either if you have to soften up, you soften up. If they need to be softened up, we can't change people. We can't. We can't. So that's a funny thing to say, because we can change people. Our behavior. If I'm mean to somebody, and I mean really mean to somebody, they're changing who they are. They could think I'm an idiot. They could think I'm worthless. It doesn't matter what they think. That behavior, if I was mean, would still change them. So whether it's you doing it to someone else, or they're doing it to you, or because this is kind of equal, as above, so below. I'm not hearing change the strategy, though. But how we learn from it is keeping that journal. Keeping that journal and keeping integrity. Integrity is key. That's what, when we talk about authenticity, it's sincerity. Yeah, granted, I always say a robber, a burglar, if you're going to do it, just do it. Don't hurt anyone. And yes, stealing from people is hurting, but if you get the sincerity in the moment. Obviously, we want to gear towards good. If we're sincere in the moment, that carries a lot of weight in the spirit world. However, that's also the swords, don't forget. And that's to make sure that you're in the right. Make sure before that you have the upper hand. Make sure that you are in the right before you mess with the sea goddess, or before you... Look, that strategy is just not about manipulation. Strategy is about bringing peace on earth. That's what it is. So, okay. Re-listen to that. All right, thank you, Scorpio. Moving on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Oh, you got the Five of Swords. So, Fives of change. Fives of Swords are usually a heartbreak. It doesn't even have to be a heartbreak, but it usually affects our heart. This could be an intellectual heartbreak. Either you're causing it, or it's being created around you or for you. We don't like that, but sometimes heartbreaks are created for us, whether by our higher self, soul contract, somebody else. Sometimes they're created for us because we need to learn a lesson. So what lessons do you need to learn from what you've been through in your life, what you're going through now, and what you will go through? And then which one are you? Are you going to walk away with despair, or just because you won, if you will, quote unquote, won? Look at that self-satisfaction on that face. Is it satisfaction as in, I won, thank gosh, they're going away? Or is it satisfaction in, I won, they're idiots? Because that's not, that latter isn't the best way to go. Especially if we won, if you will, or we had the upper hand, or we had things go our way, and we were correct. That's the key. You have to be correct, and we have to make sure we're correct. So you don't want to say, like, ha ha, I won. In a game, it can be funny. If you have a few people in the house, it could be funny. But overall, we don't want to do that. Okay, let's get the other cards. Wind Sprite. A young, curious heart, energized and curious, passionate dreams, new ideas, fresh starts. Have a fresh start after the trouble. Have a fresh start after either you started it, somebody else started it, it's ongoing for decades, Fields and McCoy's lifetimes, generational curses. Generational DNA, spiritual DNA, we carry it. We carry those memories. Take a breath. Take your breath. Take your breath. Come up with new ideas to move on. Thank you, Sagittarius. Oh, they have me level, my boy. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn. Capricorn, you got the King of Cups. This is sitting pretty. As in, I'm getting what I want. My heart's being fulfilled. My cup is either flowing over or just finally reaching that level of where I can take a breath and relax and feel part of the world, feel part of the goodness. That's what it feels like. Okay, and your Two of C, so that would be Two of Cups. Love relationship, healing partnership, giving and receiving love, a new commitment, duality in nature, attraction, support. Two of Cups can also remind me of something like the Secret Garden. Make sure, and this story continues, but it can be different for each person who's listening. Make sure that somebody else isn't in charge of your love life. Make sure somebody doesn't have control. relationships are definitely about compromise. They're not 50-50. They're not equal. Never have been, never will be. Can some relationships, anomalies. Some days you have 20%, they have 80. Some days you have 80, they only have 20. When the both of you have only 20%, now this goes for work also, only have 20%, you have to have an exit strategy. You have to have a plan for how to handle the rest of the day, the rest of the week, until somebody gets their energy and everything else back up to at least, you know, whatever, 70, 80. Very rare we have come with 100. If we come with 100, it's usually just for an hour. So, Capricorn, this feels good. It feels good. You just have a few choices to make. A reminder that there's a love relationship on the horizon. If you're already in it, this is to make sure it feels as equal as it can, because they're not equal. Healing partnership. We enter partnerships with people, strangers, friends, teachers, etc., etc. Because we're, on average, we're missing something that they have, or we have something that they need, and we just find each other. People just find each other, and that's how we heal. But a lot of people don't realize that that's healing if it caused pain, or if it caused discomfort. This is just recognize any discomfort in your past, what's going on now. Pay attention. You have choices to make in the love department. And the love department can be work if, especially if you love your job or employment or your field. Okay, thank you, Capricorn. Moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius, you got the world. This is everything. And what's funny is there's Aquarius in the card, so this is double Aquarius. This is doubly pay attention between now and I'm hearing 4. So for some of you it might be 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months. So pay attention. Everything's going to fit in together. Everything's going to show up. Give it time. Let it percolate. But this is cooking. This is ready to go. This is a completion and a winning. Let's see what your other card says. Balance. Stability, tranquility, moderation, balanced emotions, creative harmony, third eye activated, seeing with your heart. This is making the good decisions. Nothing's perfect, and sometimes we have a little bit of regret. We don't like one decision, we just make another. Sometimes we can't do anything about the one that we had. I like this though. Seeing with your heart, third eye activated. Aquarius, right now, this is double. Find your balance. Find your balance. A lot of times we have to constantly work on our balance. A lot of people don't like the word work, but we have to constantly try for. Okay. All right, thank you, Aquarius. Moving on to Pisces. Pisces, you got 4 Pentacles. 4 Pentacles is 2 things. Sitting pretty, you got a little extra cash, got a little extra something that feels good. Are you holding on to something too tight? And it doesn't even just have to be money. For some of you, perhaps, this is holding on too tight to the idea of how you're supposed to get money. This is holding on too tight to the idea of, maybe somebody said that they were going to take care of you, and now all of a sudden they stop giving you money, or paying for you, or taking you out to dinner, or something like that. And it's like, well, what the hell happened? Don't hold on so tight. That's why a lot of times in this field they talk about detach, be the observer. That's what it feels like you need to do. And you see this big city behind you? That's leaving the cares behind you. Leave the people. Free will, you do what you want. I don't want to be responsible, but that's leave the people. I'm hearing leave. Some of you, not all of you. have to leave some of the people behind. They're not coming with you. They don't get it. They don't understand. Okay, a fire horse. That's your second card. Passion, lust for life, an adventurous soul, embrace change. Travel or a new job may be on the horizon. Be confident and take charge. So where it says embrace change, that can be it also, embracing change. I'm still hearing holding on too tight. Embrace the change, stand up and walk away, stand up and do something. Sometimes it's just stand up in our minds. Somebody's either going skiing, water skiing, something. I'm hearing twisting. They need to watch for the twisting, whether it's a twisting tie, a twisting. Let me get the energy card. Well, I'm not kidding. All tied up. This is, you need to break free away from somebody or something, even past beliefs, past patterns, past habits. You need to find out what it is, and it could be multiple things. For most of us, it's usually multiple when we're talking about that. Find out what it is, Pisces, and get going. get to it. All right, thank you, Pisces. Moving on to Aries. Remember, this doesn't apply to everyone. Let it work the way it's going to work. And it always ends with good news. And then we have life hit us again. So, all right. Moving on to Aries. Aries, you got the 7 of Swords. I jokingly always say this card reminds me of pick up your tiddlywinks and go home. Do you need to go home? Who has your stuff? If they borrowed it, ask for it back. Say, you remember you borrowed my lawnmower? My makeup? Well, don't lend makeup. That's not good. A blouse, something. My kitchen appliance. This is also a reminder, don't sneak away with something that either is not yours, or don't sneak away with something, even if it's yours, don't sneak away with it. Now, there are times in life where we do need to sneak away for safety reasons, usually for safety reasons. What else would it be? Okay, let's go for your second card in the shamanic deck. Fire Goddess. One who exudes natural charm and a passion for life. A fun-loving mother to all. Could be father too. Vibrant, well, because it says goddess, but it's that energy. Vibrant, graceful, good-natured, highly intuitive and skilled. You don't have to hide anymore. You don't have to sneak around. You know your stuff. If continue education, fine. I'm always reading. I'm always listening to something. Well, not as much as a lot. Continue. Don't hide your sun, your love, your knowledge. Don't hide any longer. Okay, Aries, thank you. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus gets the Ace of Cups. I'm hearing renewal. Aces, as we know, are new beginnings, but it could be new anything, new ideas, new birth, new apartment, new job, new love, new anything. Cups is love, sure, but it's emotions. So this is a renewal. I'm hearing renewal. Renewal of the waters. Oh, okay. Some of you are going to have a leak. A leak in the house, a leak in the boat, a leak in the window. There's a leak coming. There's a leak. There's a leak if you don't have it already. If you just fixed it, but it would have to be within like 3 days. It has to be right around now. If not, then there's a second one coming. This is a leak. Either you or someone immediately to you has been crying. Either you're crying over them, they're crying over you. And it doesn't have to be literally boo-hoo, boo-hoo. It could just sadness. That's a cry. That's a cry for help. It's a cry. Let's see what your other card is. Earth Shaman, a disciplined, wise, powerful, and secure provider, a strong community leader, one who skillfully creates abundance. That's abundance. That's abundance of any emotions, which sometimes we need to temper. And the earth energy is obviously tempers that, because the earth is the balancer. That's where we do our earthing and our grounding. This is, I'm hearing for some of you Tauruses, probably a little bit more than some, you needs, and always in quotes, shoulda, woulda, coulda, always, never. It's out of balance, fix it. It's out of balance, fix it. So, a disciplined, wise, powerful, and secure provider. A strong community leader, one who skillfully creates abundance. But that's also creating abundance in love. Who you're holding your love out to, make sure it's the right person, make sure it's the right job, because sometimes we're like, oh, I feel so good. I feel so good, I'm going to donate. I feel so good, I'm going to volunteer. I feel so good, I'm going to do this, and that. And it turns out that that was not the best thing. or that kind of peters out and we don't follow through. Sometimes we're not supposed to follow through, and sometimes it's the unmotivated times that we don't follow through. I'm going to pick one more for the energy. 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. While you're doing all that, Taurus, this is to speak up. 5th chakra. Gabriel is a healer, and it's healing emotions. He's healing, he, she, everyone says something different. This Archangel is definitely healing. And what does he have in his hand? Cup. So you have an opportunity to take a healing, and in exchange, because when you saw the Ace of Cups, it goes into the water, and then we know it goes into the clouds, if you will, and then it rains, and you know, it's a cycle. Maybe. It's a cycle. Figure out what you're doing in that cycle. Thank you, Taurus. There was a whole bunch right there. Okay, moving on to Gemini. Gemini. Oh, there we go. Whatever falls out, it sticks to my hand. Oh, you got 2. I just did another one in my membership group, and everyone only got 1 card. This is the first time I'm getting 2, and I frequently, you know, once in a while we get 2. So you're the only one. Oh, Gemini. I'm hearing strength. King of Swords. Strength. Intelligence. Going for what they want. And that strength. Leos, Scorpios around you. Maybe even Aquarius. Feels like you need to get away. Perhaps you need to get away from your own thoughts. Someone else's. It feels very energetic. It doesn't feel like, oh, it could be just nah, you know, somebody. Please, shush. Give me 5 minutes. This is the pursuit, not just the pursuit of happiness and liberty. This is the pursuit of getting what's yours. Acquiring what's yours. Let's see what the shamanic deck has. The Chariot, this is going. Determination, drive, a journey, traveling, moving forward, making progress, releasing fears to achieve your goals. Releasing all those fears, because swords are air, intelligence, intellect, higher vibration with that. Strength is all of that. I find all elements in strength. Determination, drive, a journey, traveling, moving forward, making progress, releasing fears to achieve your goals. This is winning. This is getting it. Good luck. I like that. Short but sweet. Yay. Thank you, Gemini. Okay, moving on to Cancer. It's getting dark in here. I'm not going to put the other light on. I think we can see. Oh, Cancer, you got 3 of Wands. Where are you going? Where are you going? Do you know? This is a do you know where you're going card. Where are you going? Oh, you're turning your back on somebody? This is... This is, it's almost like this is your territory. This is your being. This is your place. When will you take control of it? Walk where you want to walk. Now we do everything in safety, in a safe manner. But not enough people walk. Walk in groups. Let's see what the shamanic card is. 6 of Sea. Nostalgia. Stopping time, reflecting on happy childhood memories, allow the innocence of your youth to be felt. That's perfect, because what this card is also, because it's the Wands, it's a little harshness, it's a little fiery, a little passion. Wands to me also air, because you need that to have a fire. 6 of Sea, that's 6 of Cups. Don't let people rain on your parade. Don't let people put out your fire. And don't you do it to yourself. No self-sabotage. Self-sabotage are triggers. We were either hurt, traumas, those are what triggers are. Most people that are clutter bugs, if you will, have traumas. That's a PTSD response. Most people. If you're a clutter bug, then I pray you fix it. And it's not fix it. I pray you delve into it and research and find out why and how, and you can do it. I have faith in you. Have faith in yourself. The cards have faith in you. 6 of Sea, you're past a hard time. And passing through. Remember childhood, good happy childhood memories. There's something, I don't care, because, you know, I talk to a lot of people, and some people have had really harsh lives, but even in the harshness they can find, I remember that bird when I was 7, and it seemed like it was talking to me. That's the memory then. Most people have more than that. Stopping time. We stop time so we make the right decision. He's standing still, or she, but probably he. Standing still. I like this. I really, really like this reading. I like this reading because eventually you're going to incorporate all aspects of yourself, or as much as we can in one lifetime and at one sitting. That's why we are a work in progress until the day we close our eyes for good in this lifetime, and then in the next life we do it over again. What don't you like? Fix it. Fix it. It can be changed. You have my word. Something can be changed. Somehow. If you need to enlist help, then go forth and find the help. I don't care if it's a therapist. A good therapist is a modern day shamans. Grow your tribe. Cancer. This is love. Let's get an energy card just to make sure. It's the deceit card. Can it be that somebody around you are lying? But these cards are to go within. What were you lying to yourself about? What were you deceiving? We do that frequently in love, even in business. Like, oh no, my boss loves me. Meanwhile, you know, just hang on to that. You're going to, but the good news with that reading is because it works out, because everything gets kicked into gear. The 3 of Wands eventually puts one foot in front of the other and goes. Even the deceit, we uncover that illusion. that we lied to ourselves about, or, you know, we had to cover it up. An uncomfortable truth. You will handle it. You get moving, get moving. Okay. All right. Thank you, Cancer. Oh, okay. So that's everyone. Thank you for joining if you're still here, or if you're popping in just for the closing. Thank you. Like, subscribe, share. Welcome to comment. I send out peace and love to everyone. I send out heartfelt healing. You are loved, you are loved, and you are lovable. Come from that place and heal. And breathe. Do your breath work. Go play.